texted me again. It's nighttime now. I laid down in my bed with a blanket covering me from my neck down. A nice thick black faux fur hugs me warmly. Hey, Orien says. We talked for several hours until he went to sleep. At that point, it was at least 10:26 p.m. I was tired, but I still had much on my mind. Orien was on my mind all night. I didn't really get the best sleep that night, but I wanted to see him at school, so I didn't skip. I went to school on 5.5 hours of sleep. I had a dream. It's not so the clearest, but there was one thing I remember so clearly. In that dream, I was at school. Everyone was laughing at me. They were always laughing at me. But then Orien comes in and all the laughs drown out, and that's all I can really remember. He makes everything better. I used to be so sad, like I had no purpose, but he put purpose into my life. I get ready in my school uniform and I spray the most expensive cologne to hopes it maybe gets his attention. It's the cologne that Grandma got me before she passed away 5 years ago. I loved Grandma. She made me feel safe. She was the one who I could vent to. I was the only one there when she died in the hospital. Mom didn't care enough, and Dad was working. I was only 11. I was 11 and taking care of my grandma. My uniform is silky. It's a dark blue one, over a plain white shirt. It's so clean, so nice. I don't love my uniform. It's not really comfortable, but it looks very nice. Like the stuff you see them wear on the TV. I brush my teeth. The walls are a pale cream color, the light flickering with every swish of my toothbrush. The floors are an ugly, cracked tiles that need to be cleaned when I get home later. I walk out the door to see a big yellow bus driving away. There are trees all around me. It's hard to see the bus from my house. The bus is in front of my house. I walk up to the steps, onto the bus, and greet the driver. Good morning, sir. He doesn't greet me back. He's out there looking angry as always. I go to the back. Far back. I fell asleep on that bus ride. I needed it. I didn't have a dream this time. I wake up and get off the bus, just to be greeted by Orien waiting for me. How do you know what bus I go on in the morning? I ask. Well, I've just noticed after a while, he replies. He notices me. Chapter 7. I took a big, deep breath and pulled him aside. I need to tell you something. He says, go ahead. My hands start to get shaking, my voice trembling. I clear my throat and let the words flow off my tongue. I like you. There was a pause, and he made a face. It wasn't really a bad face. It wasn't a good face. It was... The tense in the room, and the air consumes the room. Like I'm in a box, trapped, small, scared. What would he do if he doesn't think the same? What would I do if he does think the same, though? I do too. 3 words, each one makes me feel more calm. Our eyes lock to each other. Does that mean? He asked, his smile widening. I was shaking, but the larger gap between me and him speaking would make it awkward. Yes, that would change my life, for the worse or for better. Ring, ring, ring. Oh, there's a bell. Talk to you during lunch, he says and walks away. I smile and head to my class. Chapter 8. During lunch, I sat next to Orien. His friends don't know. He knows they judge. He told me that. Told him that he should not worry about what other people thinks. But he wasn't sure. I get it, though. He leans over and softly whispers in my ear, "Wanna hang out at mine later?" Stunned, I say, "Yes, of course." It's not like my mom cares when I get home. He smiles and turns back to his friends. He tries the best to include me in conversations. His friend Alexander got cheated on. And he figured that out today, and he was crying the whole block. Well, at that table, I learned a few things I wanted to know, and some things I could have lived without knowing. Before I blinked, lunch was almost over, and I presumed to go to my last class, a study hall. I texted Orien most of the time, telling him more stuff about me. Told me some things about himself. I learned that he has a dog. He listens to the music I do. He likes to sing, explore the world, and get in touch with nature. I wish I could be like him. He's so perfect. I was never quite a perfect one, but my grandma would tell me that we all make mistakes and it's all a part of life. That was 5 years ago. I'm 16 now, and I still live by that. Grandma was a wise and smart and beautiful, magnificent thing to please the eye. She always wore nice vintage dresses and her signature gloves. I keep those gloves in a drawer. Before I knew it, class was over and I found myself going to Orien's locker to go to his house. "Hi." "Hey." We walked to the bus and sat in the same seat. His bus is not as loud as mine. His bus was more peaceful. "I'm the second stop, so we should be at my house soon," he tells me. "Okay," I say in response. We sat there waiting for the bus to come to a halting stop at his house. The doors open, and the driver lets us out. The driver didn't say anything to us, but he made a face. A bad one. Like we were making him feel sick or something. Orien walks up to the doorstep and fumbles around with his keychain trying to find his house key, mumbling to himself. "This one? No. What about this one? No?" I think it's funny. He finds the right key and enters the house. "Want a small tour?" "Yes. Yes, please." He has a big house. I thought I was going to get lost. I mean, it's not a billionaire type rich, but it's still a big house. Bigger than mine. He guides me to his room, which is filled with band posters, records, and drawings that he did. "Well, this is mi casa." I Google at the sudden change from English to Spanish. I walk up to the wall with some of his favorite drawings. "Wow, I never knew you were such an artist," I say. "Yeah, I picked up on the hobby when I was hitting rock bottom in my life. Eventually got out of it and kept drawing." I stare at the drawing of a field with a radio tower, mesmerizing over each line of pencil, every single shading. I'm jealous that you could be that good at art so much. You're great at sports, art, music, and being handsome. What else? He giggles at that comment. "Yeah, I guess I'm just perfect." He grins at me. "Anyways, wanna see how comfy my bed is?" I nod in agreement. He jumps onto his bed and I follow. He laughed for a while. I felt like a kid again. Free. Safe. Good again. I laid my head upon his lap and fell asleep. Again, I had no dream. I felt him messing with my hair. I felt his kisses. I felt better, like there was a heavy weight lifted off my chest. Later, he woke me up. "Well, good morning, I suppose," I chuckle, looking up from his laugh. I see his face, the freckles on his cheek, the sparkles in his eyes. And out of nowhere, the words flowed off of my tongue. "I love you." His eyes glimmering blue, teeth pearly and white. looks down at me, wide and smiling before ever. In a soft, low voice, he says, "I love you too." It was the first time since Grandma died that I ever felt this way. Loved. Truly loved. Not the kind where they act to love you just to betray you. Not the kind that they do as pranks or entertainment. It's been a long, long while since I felt this way about someone, I say to Orien, looking in his deep blue eyes. I zone out. He asks, "Want to play video games?" I've never been the good at them, but there is one I'm good at. I'm good at Mario Kart. I say, awkwardly laughing. "You could never be as good as me," Orien adds. "Guess we'll see." I say, laughing so hard I can barely get through my sentence. He sends up the game and gives me the controller. In the first few rounds I won. "You sure nobody can be better than you at this?" I say. "I'm just getting warmed up. I'm not going to go easy on you anymore." He then won 4 in a row. I quit. Not in an angry way, but in a more comedic, hysterical way. I make a fake angry face. You can never really be mad at him. I mean, after all, he's the one that made me feel alive and loved again. "I have to go home now," I say in a sad, sorrowful voice. I didn't want to leave his room. Could have lived without knowing that my mother never saw me come home, and she'd probably not even notice. Try to be quiet around her, careful, trying not to upset her. Mom's anger has been uncontrollable since Dad left her. She refuses to get medicine for herself, and I know how bad it is for her not to get medicine. She believes that she's normal. She doesn't think her anger is bad, but it shows. Chapter 10. On my way home, I walked. His house is quite close to mine, plus my mom wouldn't teach me how to drive, and I know she's not going to pick me up. It's late, past 9:30. This is what it said on my watch, another thing my grandma got me before she died. It's a nice one. Silver, shiny, perfect. Grandma likes stuff that is old money styled. She also liked things to look nice, slick, and clean. That's how she was raised. That's how her mom raised her. Never met my great-grandma. Dad said she was a very rich person. She wanted everything clean, nice, perfect, perfect, perfect. If it wasn't perfect, she made sure it was. The moon shines just as bright as the stars. The stars look like salt spilled on a black table to me. Before I left, I could smell that it was about to rain. And really soon. People call me crazy for being able to smell when it's about to rain. Something about the moisture in the air making that dewy smell against the green grass below my shoes. After a few minutes of walking, it starts raining. Not ugly rain, the one that complements the moon in the night sky. The kind that shimmers with the stars, the good kind. It was a light shower of rain, not drenching my clothes, but still dampening them. I don't like the way wet clothes look on me, nor do I like how it feels. I've been told that that's a sensory issue. I should get over it. When I get to my block, I started preparing myself for how Mom's gonna act. It's always a different reaction every time. I want to get away from her as soon as I can. Life would be so much easier. As I get to the porch of my house, the wooden brown stained pieces that look like they could snap at any second creak with every step I take. I see through the window Mom sleeping on the couch in front of the TV screen. The TV is still on. I can see the glow of whatever show she's watching reflecting off the tears running down her cheeks. Sometimes I do feel bad for Mom. I mean, I really don't blame Dad for leaving her, but sometimes I just get so sad when I see her in this state. Dad meant a lot to her. As I open the door, I try to be careful not to make too much noise and wake her up. It's better if she doesn't hear me walk in. Every click and clack of my shoes against the wooden panels on the floor makes my heart beat faster and faster. I get into my room and close the door slowly with the handle already turned to confirm I wouldn't wake her up. I lay in my bed, absolutely exhausted from the amount of time I was walking.